At first, I would like to share the words of Rengyo Shogin, the eighth head priest of our tradition, from one of the writings called Ryogemon. So please join me in gassho. Please put your palms together. I called the name Namo Amida Butsu in happiness and thanksgiving for the gift of the universal bow. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Naman Butsu, Naman. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's service. Or I should say, welcome to memorial service for turkeys. According to one of the websites called University of Illinois Extension, Turkey for the holidays, that is the website's name. 88% of Americans surveyed by the National Turkey Federation eat turkey on Thanksgiving. 46 million turkeys are eaten each Thanksgiving, 22 million on Christmas, and 19 million turkeys on Easter. So we really should be grateful for the lives of turkeys, which now became a part of our lives. And since this is a Sunday after Thanksgiving, some of the BCA temples does not have services. The temple I used to serve, Buddhist Church of Florence, I once suggested not to have service after Sunday, the Thanksgiving. But they said, no, we will have service. So we had service, but one of the temple close by from Florence, Lodi, they decided not to have service after Sunday after the Thanksgiving. Oakland, I think Reverend Bridge told me that they don't have service after Thanksgiving. And since today we have Reverend Ron Kobata from San Francisco, I don't know, is San Francisco having service today? No, right? So some temples of BCA temples doesn't have service after Sunday after Thanksgiving. But since the Thanksgiving is one of the holidays when families get together, I would think this is a perfect timing for the family reunion at temple. Or we could have Dharma school alumni or something, right? And we can have luncheon after the service. If it is too bothering for cook something, we can bring leftover from Thanksgiving, and we can clean up our refrigerator too. Well, according to the Wikipedia, the Thanksgiving began as a day of giving thanks for the blessing of harvest. But I wonder how many people thanked turkey before eating it. Did you? 22 millions of turkeys did not appear in this world suddenly. They had parents, and their parents had parents. So we are accepting countless lives when we eat turkey. So we should be really grateful for the lives. And I really think that we have responsibility to live each day as fully as we can for the lives which now became a part of our lives. When I was a child, I was told to say words before meal and words after meal. And actually before that, my father trained me, I have two sisters, older and younger sisters. I'm the middle one, but my father trained us to chant Juseige or Sambutsuge before we start eating. After Juseige or Sambutsuge, we had to recite Ryogemon. And after Ryogemon, we can, sit around the table and we can say Itadakimasu, and then finally we could eat. But The Ryogemon was the part of the Ryogemon was the words I shared at the beginning. And I didn't know the meaning of Ryogemon when I was a child. But my father told me to recite it, so I had to memorize it, and I recited without knowing the meaning of it. But as I grown up, I learned that chanting is to appreciate Buddha. Ryogemon is like a statement saying we should rely on the working of Amida Buddha. Recitation of Nembutsu is appreciation to the Buddha. We are able to hear the teaching because of Shinran Shongin and many other teachers. And we will live in accordance with the teaching. So this is what Ryogemon is about. So when I have begun to understand the meaning of it, I started to appreciate it more. And as Shinran Shongin said, when I consider deeply the vow of Amida, which arose from 5 kalpas of profound thought, I realized that it was entirely for the sake of myself alone. So when we receive the calling of Amida Buddha to save all sentient beings in the primal vow, or universal vow, as my own business, we begin to appreciate the working as if it appeared just for me. And I could say same thing to the words before a meal and words after a meal. And you know the words we say before a meal. What is it? Itadakimasu, right? Itadakimasu. I mentioned about this before, but it is not the word saying, let's eat. Itadakimasu does not mean, let's eat. But itadaku is Japanese word, means to accept. And masu this is hard word to pronounce for me, auxiliary verb. auxiliary verb to make the word polite. That is what masu means. So when the word itadaku connect with masu, it becomes itadakimasu. So the word itadakimasu is polite way of saying I'm going to accept. Then what we are going to accept? We accept the lives of the others. We also accept the efforts of the others. And you know, when we deeply think about the lives of fish or animal who could have longer lives, but now prepared as meal in front of us, how can we waste their lives? When we deeply think about the efforts of the people who prepared the meal in front of us, how can we waste their efforts? So we are accepting all these causes and conditions behind the meal when we say itadakimasu. And actually, itadakimasu is abbreviated version. Jodo Shinshu tradition, we have longer one. We say, 多くの命と皆様のおかげによりこのごちそうを恵まれました。深くご恩を喜びありがたくいただきます。This is a whole sentence. Let me translate. We were able to have this meal in front of us because of many lives and great efforts of people. I deeply and gratefully accept this meal with gratitude. いただきます。But we are often shortening it to いただきます。And we are accepting many lives of animals and plants. We cannot sustain our lives if we stop eating it. So to sustain our lives, we are accepting many lives. And all the lives and people's efforts appeared in front of us as meal, just for me. So we should gratefully accept the lives and efforts of the others when we are having the meal. That is the meaning of Itadakimasu. And we say, ごちそうさまでした when we finish eating. We often forget this one. We like saying Itadakimasu because we can start eating. But ごちそうさまでした is also an important word. ごちそう means feast or treat. You know, even though it didn't taste good, we cannot just complain about it. There are a lot of efforts and sacrifices of the lives behind one plate, one meal. So every meal is great treat for us. And that is why we conclude our meal with saying, ごちそうさまでした. It was a great treat. Again, Jodo Shinshu tradition, we have longer version. 尊いお恵みをおいしくいただき、ますますご恩報謝に努めます。おかげでごちそうさまでした。We accepted the noble lives of the others. We work harder to live with gratitude. Thanks to the meal, and it was a great treat. ごちそうさまでした。This is the meaning of ごちそうさまでした。So when we realize how our lives could be here until today, we also realize that we owe many lives a deep depth of gratitude. So our daily lives are the practice of repaying the debt of gratitude we owe to many lives. So please do not waste each day and each moment, because we were able to be here today because of the many lives and many people's efforts. So thank you all for coming today, regardless of after Thanksgiving. And I would like to conclude my talk before I play the bass guitar. So please join me in gassho. Please put your palms together. I called the name Namo Amida Butsu in happiness and thanksgiving for the gift of the universal vow. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu.